You ever hear a sound or catch a certain smell, and suddenly you're back in your childhood kitchen? The radio is playing softly. Mom's on the phone with the long cord stretched across the hallway. You're lying on the carpet watching cartoons on a screen the size of a toaster. For baby boomers, those moments aren't just memories. They're stitched into who we are. Little things that seemed so ordinary at the time, but now they feel like treasures. Today, we're going back to 10 things only baby boomers truly remember. 1. Clackers loud, dangerous, and absolutely awesome. If you were a kid in the early 70s, you probably had bruises on your arms, and you wore them like trophies. Clackers were 2 hard plastic balls on a string. You'd swing them up and down till they slammed together in perfect rhythm or smacked you in the face. They were loud. They were banned in schools. They were the coolest toy on the block until someone broke a window. We didn't have screens back then. We had clackers, and we were proud of it. 2. Sock hops, nervous smiles, and shiny floors. You'd walk into the school gym, shoes off, socks on, butterflies in your stomach. The lights were low, the records were spinning, and your crush was just across the floor, pretending not to look at you. Sock hops weren't about fancy moves. They were about courage, asking someone to dance, or just hoping they'd ask you. For a lot of us, that was the first time we felt grown up and a little bit scared. 3. Aluminum Christmas trees. At some point, Christmas went from pine and candles to aluminum and color wheels. Those silver trees didn't smell like much, but boy, did they sparkle. We'd sit in the living room, lights off, just watching that color wheel spin, blue, green, red, gold. It felt like something out of the Jetsons. And for a moment, our little homes felt futuristic. Sure, we went back to real trees later, but there's something about those shining branches that still feels like magic. 4. Encyclopedia salesman. Back then, if you had a question, you didn't Google it. You open up a heavy leather-bound book, one from a whole shelf of them. Encyclopedia salesman would show up at the door in a tie, promising a better future for your kids. Parents scraped together payments, because owning that set meant you were investing in learning. Now they collect dust. But to us, those books felt like power. 5. Coin machines. Every corner store had one. You'd press your nose to the glass, clutching a coin in your sweaty little hand. Gumballs, tiny toys, or those plastic eggs with little surprises inside. The sound of the coin dropping, the click of the turn, the thunk of treasure, it never got old. We didn't need phones to feel happy. Just a nickel and a good aim. 6. Party lines. Remember picking up the phone and hearing someone already talking? Party lines were shared by multiple homes. And if you were curious while you listened, sometimes it was annoying. Sometimes it was awkward. But sometimes it felt like you were part of something bigger, a neighborhood, a real community. We didn't have privacy, but we had connection. And in some ways, that was better. 7. Gas station giveaways. Gas stations used to thank you for filling up with tumblers, plates, even toys. We didn't shop for dishes. We collected them one tank at a time. It made something ordinary feel special, like you were part of a club. And now, when we see those old green cups at a thrift store, we smile because we remember. 8. TV dinners. You'd peel back the foil, sit on the floor, and eat dinner while watching your favorite show. Salisbury steak, mashed potatoes, a brownie in the corner, all hot at the same time. Well, mostly, it wasn't gourmet, but it felt like a treat. You didn't eat alone, even if you were by yourself. The whole country was watching the same thing. That tray wasn't just food, it was comfort. 9. Film strips. Lights off, projector on. You're leaning forward in your seat, the teacher's hand on the knob. With every beep, the film strip clicked to the next slide. Maybe a story about George Washington or brushing your teeth. The images were simple. The narrator spoke slow and steady. But we all remember it. Those little lessons stuck with us. Not because they were flashy, but because they were ours. 10. Waiting for photos. You took pictures carefully. You couldn't waste film. You mailed it in or dropped it off and waited. Days passed. Then, finally, that envelope arrived. And inside, tiny windows into your life. Some blurry, some perfect, all real. There was joy in the wait and magic in the reveal. Boomers remember when a photo meant something. The world moves fast now, faster than we ever imagined. But sometimes it's the slower things that last the longest. The toys that bruise us, the dances that made us brave, the books that taught us, the meals that comforted us, the photos that proved we were there. If these memories brought a smile or a tear, we'd love to hear about it. Drop your favorite in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this. Thanks for remembering with us. This is Old Light TV.